I think it's no secret right now that the software engineering job market is in the crapper. I mean, I think I see it on CS Career Questions every day. It's doom and gloom, and I think we all know that it is some of the worst times, worst recent times we've seen. I'm not old enough to be in that 2008 to 2007 2008 bubble. I don't know how that was. I've seen some posts here talking about it, but I haven't seen anything like too crazy. But things just look worse and worse. I ran into this article that says looking for work is a struggle and headhunters are making it even harder. More than 8 in 10 recruiters say they post ghost jobs. I saw this and I thought, that is insane. How bad can it get for software engineers at this point? And I think a fair share of jobs I've seen on LinkedIn years ago and on random sites when I was looking are these ghost jobs making it even worse for us. The unemployment line is just getting longer, and at this point, it's just fake jobs, fake job postings. I don't know if any of you have ever seen JobBot. This, when I was looking years ago, was a plight. It was horrible. They would post like a million jobs for a location, and it would all be spam, junk that you couldn't apply for. And those salary ranges, let me see if I can look this up. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Software engineer. The job ranges are insane, making you want to click. Like, what is this? 55 to 90 an hour. That range is crazy. That is like 120K to 200 and something K. That is an insane range. So these ghost jobs, this one, like, I can't confirm or deny here if these are ghost jobs, but these ghost jobs just make it even harder for engineers that are unemployed, that are new grads, to find jobs. Now let's go through the article and see how bad it's gotten. So hop onto social media and you're bound to hear job hunting horror stories. They're pretty much talking about CS careers at this point. CS career questions. The subreddit Yahoo Finance has been on it. Of people applying to hundreds of roles without a peep from recruiters. As it turns out, the radio silence may not be their fault. About 81% of recruiters say their employer posts ghost jobs or positions that don't exist or are already filled, according to a new report from My Perfect Resume, a resume building platform. I've never actually seen My Resume. I think they're all probably scared with the new AI posting. Let's see if they have an AI tool actually. Build my resume today. Well, it doesn't look like there's actually any AI built in. Finally, an actual good product with no AI, but not the point. 406 people right now applying to ghost jobs. I'll make that 407. That might be me. Oh, I might have lowered it, but report from My Perfect Resume, a resume building platform. Jasmine Escalera. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call her Jasmine. A career expert from My Perfect Resume says this figure is staggering and discouraging for candidates looking to land a new role. You know, all the software engineers are just, it's even worse for us now. We often hear about job seekers saying, I'm tired, I'm depressed, I'm desperate, using these very harsh words when it comes to the job market, she says. This is one of the reasons why they are losing faith in organizations and companies. I will say, if companies are posting ghost jobs, it's not necessarily a place you want to work. But to be fair, I've read this article. It seems like a heavy incentive by large corporations to do this. Not only are recruiters fessing up to the tactics, they're also admitting to how common it is. Around 17% say that 3/4 of their job. Let me open up my So I don't have to highlight. Around 17% say 3/4 of their job announcements are genuine, while 21% ghost jobs account for half. Half. That is so bad for us. We are so utterly screwed. And I don't think this is, this post isn't specific to software engineering, but I would imagine it's about the same. We're getting I would say maybe even worse for software engineers at this point, with 50% of job postings being ghost jobs. 36% say a quarter of their postings are fake or already filled. That's a big one. A lot of times you might not notice there's a job posting for a position, but someone internally is filling it, and it's just a company policy to post it on LinkedIn or um, uh, Indeed. I haven't been in too many HR meetings, or too many companies that do this, but that is a policy at some places where, hey, we have this internal move that we're gonna make, but we need to make a post. It's part of the policy. We have to vet out any candidates, any possibilities, just in case. And about 18% of headhunters report that less than 1/10 of their work advertisements are real. That one, I am not surprised. I will say the headhunter thing, I am not a fan of headhunters. I think JoBot is similar to it, though. I'm sure some of you had good results with it. I think I've just had terrible results in the past. Terrible. When I was a desperate dev, unemployed. It may seem counterproductive for recruiters to advertise ghost jobs, theoretically wasting their own time as well as that of applicants, but there are incentives for doing so. About 38% say that they post fake positions to maintain a presence on job boards when they aren't hiring. 36% do so to assess the effectiveness of their job descriptions. This one seems like a cop-out answer. It's like, oh, you know, it's just to assess how good this job posting is, and then you go to this, and then you see what's it called? The responsibilities. Lead software engineer. How is this a responsibility? Like, I'm not sure. It seems like a cop out answer. Like, lead software engineer is a responsibility. Okay. Lead the architecture. Sounds right. Uh, okay. Not a bad one. This one again. What kind of CI/CD pipelines? What kind of tests? What kind of collaboration? I don't know. Very generic. But again, this is a more senior level role. Though I will say, for 55 an hour, that is not great for 10 years of experience. 10 years plus. Plus, if, you better hope you got 12. Let's see, like, embedded engineer. That one's even harder. Let's see what the great tested description is here. Design, develop, test embedded systems. Oh, that is a pretty good requirement for an embedded engineer. Good thing they ran a ghost job to figure that one out. Okay, I'm done hating on JoBot. That is not fair to them. Um, 26 want to build a talent pool for the future. 26% hope to gain insights on the job market and competitors. And 25 wants to assess how difficult it would be to replace certain employees. This is the crazy scary one I saw from this post. I think sometimes recruiters don't realize they are also employees at that company. When they're told, hey, you're going to have to do evaluations on how easy it is to replace someone, you could be next. You could be on that list. Hey, how easy is it to replace a software engineer? Oh, it's pretty easy. Oh, okay. What about an HR representative? Pretty easy. Okay, what about recruiters? Like, oh, great. It's just a whole cycle. A whole cycle of, thinking like, oh, it won't be me. It won't be me. But this is insane. Insane. Seeing, like, how easy it could be to replace someone. And it doesn't necessarily say for less, right? It just says how easy it is to replace an employee. Um, at times, companies think, well, this person right here that I got 5 years ago was a fresh grad from some university, and he's been here for 5 years. But right here is someone who recently got laid off from, I don't know, Amazon, right? And I think, well, sure, this employee right here has been good, but you know what? This Amazon employee is a little tempting. Out with the old, in with the new, which is a scary concept. That is a thought some have for engineers, where it's like a disposable. You got to try someone new, which is scary for our field. Um, According to the report, again, I'm gonna butcher this name. Escalara points out that a big reason for posting these jobs is recruiters wanting to improve their business image. Nearly a quarter say that fake jobs help their companies look as if they aren't experiencing a hiring freeze, and 1/5 say they post ghost jobs to improve the reputation of their company. That is I would say that most likely that is the largest reason. If I had to make a guess, I don't think. I mean, the article says it itself, but I think I'm not sure what the sample size here is. Um, but I assume a company's more incentivized to do fake job postings to look better rather than to, replaceability, because this is a very difficult thing to quantify. Like, it would cost us this much, but to be honest, internal hires sometimes already are a little underpaid compared to the market. Um, I think it's also like the effectiveness of their job description, also not a huge incentive for companies to do that, but to keep up an image. I think that most companies are interested in that, and that is a huge reason for posting these fake jobs. Companies are trying to project, we're okay, we're still maintaining hiring, and we're still moving in a growth-oriented trend in this market. Our organization is doing well. That ties into why these fake jobs might be appearing more from a comforting perspective. She says it really is about business. The bottom line, showing growth, showing trends, and how that can connect to maintaining profits. Ghost jobs have become so ubiquitous, Escalera says, that rather than hope for a cultural change, job applicants should adapt to the new normal. That is an insane statement. That is a statement that a recruiter would make. It's like, oh man, you just gotta adapt. Sure, this might be actually an insane thing to do, of posting fake jobs, but that's just how it is. We gotta adapt. Um, and it's a rat race to the bottom. This does not benefit any employees. No one in any kind of field benefits from having these ghost job postings show up everywhere. And I don't think it's great for companies like LinkedIn, or Indeed, where I think their commission is not just based off of the job posting, but also how many people you like hire, and then also you throw off your own stats like at the company. Company, you don't know. You kind of just throw off your own stats, like, oh, okay, we put out like 70 postings, but no one got hired. These were the ghost jobs, but like these weren't. Which one's better? Which one's worse? It's a game of deception. I don't know how many people really, like, I don't know if anyone in management like stepped aside and like assessed, does do fake postings translate to like a higher value for the company? Do people actually associate these fake, you know, job postings, these ghost postings, as, hey, this company's doing well? Or do they say, hey, this is fake? People become desensitized to it and say, hey, this company, you know what? They've actually fired people. They're not growing. Their bottom line sucks. Their revenue sucks. I guess if you're a public company, that you're less incentivized to do this. You have to release earnings. You have to release everything. So you most likely large companies that are publicly traded do not do this. Most likely, I can't speak for it, but they're less incentivized to do so. But even smaller companies can be like, hey, you're not getting that many applicants. Well, you used to not be able to get that many, but even now, and people have become desensitized and don't equivalent, a lot of job openings to company success anymore. I think that is, I wonder if anyone in management has done an assessment of this. Curious about it. Maybe it needs to be looked at. She recommends candidates equip themselves to recognize fake posting and avoid applying to these positions. If there's something that seems irregular about posting, for example, the responsibilities and titles don't match, or the pay range is incredibly astronomically broad. Okay, that one's not super broad, but it's let's uh you know, pretty broad right there. Let's see, 30K, not the most. These seem fraud. I shouldn't be harping on job audit too much. Astronomically broad, this could be a fake job posting. You want to also scrutinize job postings from the perspective, does the job posting even really make sense? Escalera adds that job platforms like Glassdoor, where employees can post reviews about employers anonymously, have equipped employees to speak up when they think a company is being deceitful without threat or repercussions. Glassdoor is interesting. I have seen claims from other people where postings on Glassdoor just get removed by the company, where they contact Glassdoor and they say, hey, that negative review? Well, it's not an accurate representation of our company. Actually, you should take it down. It's just like an employee super mad, or it's fake. That's not an employee. We don't recognize them. And we have Glassdoor Premium. We post job postings here, and we'd hate to move to other platforms like Indeed or LinkedIn. That would be terrible. So I'm not saying there's like any specific company that's done that, but or that this really goes on, but it can always happen to any review website, where employees can post reviews about employers anonymously, have equipped employees to speak up when they think the company is being deceitful. I don't know about this statement here. I don't know that there's been like real incentive to speak up about wrongful doing, especially when the economy's tough. I wouldn't recommend it to any of you guys if you're currently employed. You need the money. I don't think you're not anonymous anymore. You really are. So it's very tough to speak up. I mean, speak up in like very important cases, of course. But for something like job ghost postings, like as an engineer, you're gonna speak up, and you're not gonna really know where it's very tough. You can't prove it that it is a ghost posting. It's not a ghost posting. Very difficult. So I don't think any of this has made it easy to speak up about it. There's no incentive. There's no incentive on current employees. The risk is too high. There is for if you're applying and you see a a posting that you think is false, I think you flag it. I'm sure there's automated algorithms that are lowering these scores, the scores of potential job posting. So make sure you do that. But when you're internal, it is very difficult to speak up. I don't think there is um, real, incentive to, and you aren't anonymous really. You're going to most likely get exposed. Um, though this seems like a smaller problem that if you get caught for, it's like, oh, I thought this was a fake posting by us. But still, not much incentive. She thinks that the sites should also be leveraged to warn others of ghost postings. Definitely, why warn? Just delete them. Delete it. Maybe set up a system where, hey, you can only have one posting. You can't spam it. That will lower the incentive to look better, right? Hey, you can only have one posting, and you can have multiple people apply to that position level. Let's say you have senior software engineer, you have junior level positions, and you have like lead, right? And you can only post one per category, and you just have people apply. That's it. Sure, like you could break it down location, but no, like you limit it. You limit it. You during the application process, you specify the location you're in, and they specify how and where they want people. That's it. Yeah, I think like you can definitely do something like that, and it lowers the need for most likely the biggest reason companies do it, which is looking better. Uh, the empowered job seeker isn't just empowering themselves through the use of technology to boost their brand. She says the empowered job seeker is also putting out information that is supporting other job seekers in a very powerful way, and that includes reviewing companies and talking about what is working and what's not working with certain companies. Okay, I think this is a grim look into the current job market. We already knew it was terrible. We already knew it was hard to get a job anywhere, and now it's even harder with fake postings. This one isn't specific to software engineering, but I feel like we're getting it the worst. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can find any. Let's take a look at the job postings here. This range, insane. That is actually a huge range. Wait. That is huge. G General Electric, I think. G Digital. That is yeah. That is a huge range. Interesting. And the benefits are here. Job description. This one's a weird one. See, first guess. This one is weird. It's strange. The qualifications aren't here. The pay is huge. A huge range. It has the benefits, but it's like looks like a copy and paste job. Responsible. Very generic job description. Let's see if I just. Okay, this one is just weird. You can never confirm. I'm not any recruiter. It's just a weird, suspicious one. Another weird one where can you just not. Well, maybe the qualifications part just isn't there. Maybe I'm just off, and you can't see qualifications on these. Okay, maybe I'm just wrong. Okay, this one just the range is off, but looks like those benefits seem generic copy paste, but that's probably what it is. There's this one also very huge range for a singular role, though this is just software engineers, and that's kind of common there. So even now, you're looking through this, it's very hard to tell. Here's one where the position requires Java data structures, algorithms. very generic though, unless this is like an entry level role. So because it has like only bachelor's degree requirement, though it doesn't say like junior or entry level. It's it's very hard to spot what could be maybe a ghost posting. It's difficult, and it just is nearly impossible with our experience as engineers and focusing on engineering and not care like thinking too much about a position, just applying. Um, it's difficult. Now we have to study up. Screw the leetcode questions. We have to do resume reviews instead and um, look job posting reviews. That's it. That's the future. Bleak. But I just saw this article. I thought it was pretty relevant for how the market's been for us, and how everyone's been going through a tough time finding a job. You know, I feel for all engineers that currently are unemployed. It's tough. It's a very rough market. There are good employers out there, but there's also a lot of junk that you have to dig through, and this job ghost postings or ghost jobs are another level that we have to watch out for. So, good luck out there. I know I didn't add the gameplay footage on the side this time. I'm trying out different formats. I'm thankful for the like 50 viewers and 3 subscribers, which is insane. Um, I'm grateful for that. I didn't think it would get any views my first video, but thank you. I think by the end of the week, I want to show a statistics video because I love looking at those from other channels. So hopefully I'll do a review of that since no one really ever sees a new YouTube channel, how they're doing. But yeah, thank you for listening through this rant, and good luck for any engineer out there trying to find a job. It's tough, and I hope you can find somewhere good to work at.